Do you know that there are only 3 types of movies out there? A superhero movie, a Disney movie, and a Netflix series. Every time I talk to someone about a movie, they're gonna say, "Hey, have you watched this series on Netflix about a high school girl trying to solve a mystery about a bunch of high school kids gets brutally murdered by some sort of monster?" And that, my friend, is basically the plot for Netflix Wednesday. With 341 million hours of views in its first week alone, and sitting at Netflix #1 chart for 6 straight weeks, as well as being Netflix's second most popular TV show ever, calling it a massive hit would be a massive understatement. Because this latest foray into the Addams Family franchise is clearly resonating with fans on a much deeper level than a pure entertainment. Don't believe me? Here's the proof. But how can what seemingly a simple generic revival of a classic title became a smash hit with audience around the world? Let's talk about it. First and foremost, Wednesday is a member of the Addams Family that first appeared in a series of comic panels for The New Yorker in 1938 and started becoming popular with the television series that aired in 1964.
What kind of powder does your mommy use?
Powder?
Hey, come on, baby!
Created by Charles Addams, a freelance cartoonist born in 1912. The Addams Family tells a tale of a close-knit and loving family that just happened to be a little bit different. The Addams Family members all have their own unique quirks and personalities, with memorable characters combined with the show's catchy theme song and iconic visuals have helped to make the Addams Family a cultural phenomenon with dozens of movies, series, and animation. Heck, they even appeared in a Scooby-Doo movie.
Hello there. Welcome to our humble home. I'm Gomez.
And I'm Morticia.
And I'm Wednesday.
And I'm Pugsley.
I'm leaving.
And now, here we are today, with no other than Netflix reviving the classics Addams Family with Wednesday. When you hear Netflix reviving a classic title, it forms some sort of a PTSD, because Netflix has a notorious reputation at turning your childhood memory into a complete nightmare. And there are only 2 possible outcomes: an utter disappointment or a massive hit and excitement. And thank God, Wednesday was a massive hit. Wednesday is not a reboot or direct sequel to any previous of the Addams Family. It is a standalone story that primarily follows Wednesday and introduces a new cast of characters. In fact, we don't see much of the other members of the Addams Family in the series, which is a good thing. Instead of simply rehearsing old franchise, it feels refreshing to see more of a spin-off project like Wednesday that offer a fresh and creative take on an established title. Wednesday tells a story of a teenage student who moved to a school full of outcasts called the Nevermore. While still trying to figure out her new and very tangled relationship and Nevermore, Wednesday has to thwart a monster killing spree that has terrorized her high school and the local town. Using her psychic abilities, Wednesday is slowly tying all the missing puzzles to stop the massacre that happens to be... Wait a minute, isn't it just Stranger Things or Scream? Well, despite being an original, Wednesday still has that classic mystery plot. You're presented with a question of who the real perpetrators of the crime are. And of course, the perpetrators are always the closest person to the main character. Ah, it must be him. It's gotta be him. I knew it from 3 episodes ago. Told ya. But we just watched 2 episodes of how the Wednesday was never intended to surprise the audience with a cool story. Remember, Wednesday used to be a cartoon in a magazine. So, if you say this series is bad because the story is mediocre, it seems like you watched the wrong movie. What makes Wednesday really good is not the mind-blowing ending or an intricate conflict, but it was everything else. Wednesday, like any other cartoon, is intended to entertain the audience in a fun way. That's why every interaction that comes across Wednesday is made to be as fun as possible. Namely, the well-written friendship between Wednesday Addams and her werewolf roommate Enid Sinclair. Despite being opposite in almost every way possible, Wednesday and Enid form a close bond. Enid is bubbly, loves pastel colors and mainstream pop culture, and is openly affectionate, while Wednesday is chaotic introvert who shun technology and prefers solitary activities like writing and playing the cello. Initially annoyed by Enid, Wednesday eventually grows to appreciate her unique personality, leading some fans to ship them as Wen Claire. I just can't with movie fans this day. Talking about Wednesday, we can't forget about the elephant in the room, the Wednesday herself. Before the current Wednesday, there are plenty of Wednesdays out there. So what Netflix face is the same as any other Batman movies out there. How to make people sad, this Batman is better than the last Batman. But
You know how it goes.
it's not easy to make a Christian Bale diehard fans turn and said Ben Affleck is better. Okay, maybe it's because the new movie is bad, but still, it's a huge challenge to overcome. The version of Wednesday that is most widely recognized is arguably Christina Ricci's portrayal in the 1990s film. Wednesday has never been depicted as a mentioned trope in the past adaptations. It means a person who dislikes humankind and avoids human society. And Ricci's Wednesday is known for pushing boundaries and standing up against authority figures and injustice, as well as being confident and sharp-witted in the face of threat. Given the iconic status of Ricci's portrayal of Wednesday, Netflix has a pretty high standard to overcome. So, casting the right actor as Wednesday was a crucial part for the success of the Netflix series. And boy oh boy, they hit the jackpot with Jenna Ortega. Ortega perfectly captures the sharp wit and defiance of Wednesday, while also bringing her own unique touch to the role. She able to convey a wide range of emotion through her eyes and body language, adding depth to the character without sacrificing the satirical qualities that fans love. Ortega also pays tribute to the previous Wednesday's actor through her iconic scenes and dance sequence. Overall, Ortega's performance as Wednesday is probably the biggest standout in the series. But not only Wednesday, other actors in the Addams family are also perfect for their role. If you said this Addams family didn't stay true to the original source, I think you're wrong. Because when compared to other Addams families, I would say this Addams family is the most similar to the original work. Gomez Addams, for example. Previously, the father of Wednesday was portrayed as a handsome and dashing man, most notably played by John Astin in 1964, Raul Julia in 1991 and 1993, as well as Tim Curry in 1998. When compared to previous adaptation, Netflix Gomez Addams, played by Luis Guzman, seems to be the most different, but actually is the actor most similar to Gomez Addams in the 1938 comic. Because Gomez Addams was always described as a portly man, and Luis Guzman nailed that. While the success of Wednesday can be attributed to the strong casting and well-written core character, but none of it would be as impactful without the precise direction of Tim Burton and the musical contribution of Danny Elfman and Chris Bacon. Given Wednesday's love for macabre, Burton's gothic sensibilities made him a perfect fit for directing the teen drama. Just look at the dude, tell me you're a gothic sucker without telling me you're a gothic sucker. The Nevermore Academy perfectly captured the gothic, mysterious, and mystical school filled with werewolf, vampire, siren, and others. And Jericho is also perfect at providing a strong feeling of isolation similar to Hawkins in The Stranger Things. And don't forget Danny Elfman and Chris Bacon's score, which incorporated both classical and horror elements. With the combination of heartwarming portrayal of a family, dark humor, refusal to conform to societal norms, memorable and iconic character, and its ability to live up to the gothic standard is something that many people can relate to and find appealing, especially in today's world where individuality and non-conformity are often celebrated. With all of these factors perfectly executed, it's not surprising that this show became a massive hit at the end of 2022. Who am I kidding? Of course it's because of the TikTok.